Hi, I'm Randy Miller. You can reach me at randy@higherimpact.me. That's randy@higherimpact.me. Now, many of you who are watching this video, you and I, we've had a long-term relationship. Some of us met one another a number of years ago, and we've even had a coaching relationship together. So today I wanted to spend just a few moments with you and talk about a topic that is a challenge for many of us, and it's certainly one that I've had to struggle with as well, and I'm sure that you have too. Just recently I was traveling with a good friend of mine and colleague. Both of us are life and relationship and business coaches. We do training in businesses and so forth, and we have faced this topic many times. And I was recalling with him in our discussion, I was recalling a young man that I spent some time with in coaching, and one day while we were coaching, he was talking about his challenge with procrastination, and he was telling me about how that worked in his business and his work and career environment, and then how it impacted him actually in his marriage and in other relationships, because he would tend to put things off. And so as we discussed that and talked about it, I saw a planter sitting over to my right, and there were some rocks in the base of the planter or around the plant. And they looked like river rocks, and some of them were small, a little larger than maybe your thumb, and then others were about half the size of a fist that were sitting in this planter. So I asked him about the stones, and he explained the backstory to me about where they came from and why they were there and so forth. And as we continued to talk about that, an illustration popped into my thinking. I'm going to pause there for just a moment and tell you a little of the backstory for me about where this thought came from. So a number of years ago, and you may have heard this phrase, but a number of years ago, a presidential candidate was in kind of a fireside chat situation, and an audience member asked the presidential candidate, boxers or briefs? And some people were absolutely repulsed that an audience member would ask a presidential candidate that question. Others thought it was absolutely hilarious. So no matter where you are and you're thinking about that question, what happened is, in that moment where I was talking with that client, I saw those rocks in that planter, and I thought about what happens when you procrastinate. Because when you procrastinate, it's as if you're putting weight onto yourself, and it starts small. And it's one decision, then a second decision, then a third decision. It might be about the same thing, but it could be about a number of things that's kind of revealing to you that this is a challenge for you, and that this is a habit for you to put something off. And so you're bearing a lot of weight, and it's not only affecting you, but it's affecting those around you as well. And so as I saw those rocks in that planter, it made me think, you know, if you were to pick up one of those rocks, and I told this young man, if you picked up one rock and you put it in your pocket, and then you had a larger rock and you put it in the other pocket, over time, as you make the decisions to put things off, you've picked up a lot of those rocks and you've put them in your pockets. But the size of the rocks have grown, because in the beginning you thought, well, it's just a small thing, but then it's much bigger later, the more you decide. So imagine you put a project off on Monday, and by Friday it's as large as one of those big rocks that you've now had to put in your pockets. So the funny point for me was, as I was saying this to him, I realized that at some point when you put that many rocks in your pockets, your pants are going to fall down. And they may show us whether or not you're wearing boxers or briefs, and to be honest, we don't want to know. Hopefully at least it's boxers, and there will be chili peppers or Valentine's hearts, but we really don't want to know. So don't put things off. Don't carry the weight of procrastination. Do it now. Unload that weight that you're carrying, and don't take on more weight. Don't put the rocks in your pockets. You have a great day. I'm Randy Miller at randy@higherimpact.me. And I look forward to hearing from you. It's been a while since I've heard from some of you, so I look forward to hearing from you. And if I can help you, as I was talking with this young man, I'd be more than happy to communicate with you. I look forward to hearing from you. Randy at higherimpact.me. Have a great day.